sounds good. I'm gonna quickly just say hi, and then I'm gonna let Yasmin kind of finish it out. But guys, I just want to say good morning and thank you guys all for jumping on and ready to hopefully increase some of your social media presence as well as get out there and get ready for 2024. It's going to be a really, I think it's going to be a really exciting year with all the changes that are going to be happening. And I think we are at the forefront of on the verge of the real estate market just taking off just once again. So we are here for you. We want to be your escrow partner now and in the future. So if there's anything you guys ever need, feel free to reach out myself, Yasmin, or any of your other sales reps in your areas. We're happy to help you guys grow. Thank you. Yasmin, take it away.
All right, thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. Great to see everybody. Well, no, you're not on video, but great to be here and see everybody on the list. As you all know, Justin, he runs all our EOG university trainings. We're really excited to have him because we love to help you. You know, in addition to our escrow office services, we offer you, you know, all these tools to help you stand out in your business. And I just want to remind everybody that please remember all these trainings are recorded on our YouTube channel. And some of the classes, great classes that we've had is, you know, how to leverage your Altos market data, how to optimize your YouTube channel, 5 AI tools you can use, 7 real estate SEO tips. I'm sorry, SEO tips and strategies for that you can use as well. You can find our recordings on our YouTube channel at EOG University. And also like to remind everybody, if you want to join and connect with us online, you can see the latest and greatest things that are happening in the escrow world by going at Escrow Options on Instagram, at Escrow Options Group on Facebook, and EOG University on YouTube. So great to be here. And Justin, thank you very much. And all right, thanks everybody.
Cool deal, guys. Well, happy Monday. Very excited to be here to talk to you about content. Like, we don't consume enough, but that's the whole point, right? We all consume an enormous amount of content, and it's just growing. And it's really shifted from a buy now, sell kind of environment to provide value, and then you go in for the sell or the hook. So I'm going to make sure everyone is muted here real quick. And it didn't mute me. Perfect. So we're going to talk about that and how that's kind of shifted with consumer behavior. It's going to kind of be, I don't want to say high level view, but a general discussion about content marketing. What is it and how you can actually implement it to your business, with also why it's critical for your business, especially as, I mean, it's Halloween tomorrow, guys. Isn't that great? That's just insane to me. But as we go into the new year, are you going to be more mindful and purposeful with what content you guys are producing? You've heard me say this before. We don't just want to check a box, right? So just a general example is, oh, I'm going to just post a quick photo of a house on Instagram or Facebook with a few emojis or a caption or something, right? That is not with purpose or intent. We are and have shifted to a more educational type of content for our industry. People want to learn more about the buying process, the selling process, more about their local market, local restaurants, why somebody should move there. Talk about property taxes, listing home warranties, more details about rates, mortgages, different programs that may be available. The content is unlimited. So if you guys went and scanned that or took a look at this sheet in here, I have 100 content ideas for real estate agents, top 5 neighborhoods. Talk about schools. Schools and school districts are one of the most searched items for families that are relocating, selling, or buying. Outdoor activities. You guys are in Southern California and year-round amazing weather most times, and lots of time spent outside. So what are the different beaches or different parks or zoos, or I mean, again, unlimited. So you can come in here, and I said earlier, there's it's defaulted to Phoenix in here just because that's where I live, but you just swap out whatever, Phoenix with whatever market you're in. Maybe it's San Diego, Costa Mesa, wherever it may be, you just swap that out. But here are 100 ideas for you to start thinking about it. And when you guys go and you post or you create a blog for your website, or you're crafting an email to send to your clients or prospects, or you're posting on social media, the only thing I'm asking for you today, the takeaway, is to be more mindful and purposeful of what that content is. Because when you start to do that, and it's much stronger in the value of that piece of content. Okay, so when you go to post something, and instead of just doing some emojis or, just sold or just listed, which those are awesome, but we want to attract our target audience. We want to build that trust, build that brand awareness. We need to lengthen it a little, and lengthen it with purpose. Meaning, if you're going to talk about the top 5 neighborhoods to buy in wherever you are, you need to bullet those a little bit and go in a little bit more depth of why those 5 neighborhoods. Why are they the top 5 neighborhoods? Or steps to prepare your home, right? Not only does this help educate the consumer, it builds trust for you. It's your brand identity, brand awareness, and it helps you rank higher in the search engines. Okay, helps you rank higher. So think next time when you're going to post something, is this valuable? Would I want to read this? Does it provide answers to questions that my target audience is looking for? And will it help me rank higher in the search engines? Remember, Google is not the only search engine. It's the major one, the majority, but social media platforms are search engines, okay? That's why keywords and content is important, because people are going to these social media platforms, whichever one it may be, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X, TikTok, wherever it may be, people are going there to search and consume. Okay, so we will go into that. Before I dive in, okay, last week we had to reschedule our Become the Local Authority Agent with Digital Farming. That is going to happen next Monday. So on the 6th, we are going to talk about how you can become the local authority agent through digital farming. And I believe the link was already updated. Let me come in here, because I don't want you guys to miss that. If you've already registered, you should still be registered for that. Let me click in here and copy the link, and I will throw that in the chat box. Okay, so next week, next Monday, remember time changes, I believe, on Sunday as well, but it will still be 11 a.m. your time, so it's just going to shift for me on there, okay? Now, bear with me on time zone changes, because I've grown up my entire life without having to change time. I just put that in there. Again, next week is going to be Become the Local Authority Agent with Digital Farming, a staple for your business, especially as we go into the new year. All right, and then I'll get the rest of the training schedule out this week for everyone as well. Present here. Perfect. All right, so how content marketing can change your business in 2024? Well, why content marketing to begin with? Okay, so content marketing can give you the opportunity to build yourself as an authority brand with less than half the cost of traditional marketing. So content is everywhere. It's the heart of every digital marketing strategy, truly. Think about it. Any type of digital marketing comes with what? Content. So since everything is online these days, you can't even think about marketing without content. And valuable content should be the core of your marketing strategies. Okay, again, we want to be mindful and purposeful of what we're putting out there. And that's what's going to separate you and differentiate yourself online when somebody falls into your ecosystem or starts consuming your content, right? And it's valuable and it's answering their questions. It's answering a pain point, a curiosity, whatever it may be, instead of us just throwing up a picture of a house or, whatever it may be. Reviews and testimonials are purposeful, absolutely, but maybe you go a little bit deeper when you're posting about or perfect. All right. Okay, so you want to be purposeful. So if it's a testimonial and you're talking about a client, whether it's a video or a static image or whatever it is, storytell. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit more about storytelling. Talk about that transaction a little bit. Obviously, you don't want to give details that are personal and private and confidential, but was there a win in that transaction? Where did they relocate? what were some bullet points of that transaction that could help tell a story a little bit better as opposed to just posting, a review. Okay, so again, think about that next time that you are posting. And smart and efficient content marketing might be the thing that you need to take your business to the next level in 2024. Be strategic about it. Be strategic about it. What is content marketing? So a quick definition of what that may look like or be. This is from the Content Marketing Institute, and they define it as a strategic marketing approach focused on creating and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a clearly defined audience. Okay, so remember that. We know who our audience is, right? People who are buying and selling homes. But go a little bit deeper. It's people who are buying and selling homes in which little market that you're working in, right? Is it all of California? No, right? So maybe you sell in Chula Vista or San Diego or a certain county or a certain zip code or whatever it may be, and you're tailoring that content specifically to that defined audience. And ultimately, the goal is to drive profitable customer action. So over time, and later in a few slides down the road here, I'm going to show you guys a funnel. We've all seen sales funnels and all that stuff, but I'm going to show you a content funnel. And that content funnel will show you which pieces of content in which stages that you'll be able to actually post that content for in there. Okay, so content is anything that adds value to the reader's life. Again, think about what questions can you answer? What pain points can you help with your ideal audience? Okay, and with that, and just to put it in a little bit more simpler terms, content marketing is a form of marketing that is focused on creating, publishing, and distributing content for a targeted audience online. Remember, you're attracting your ideal audience, those buyers and sellers that are in your market. You're attracting them into your digital ecosystem. That's going to then, they're going to go down a rabbit hole and just start consuming all your content. That is the goal here. Why content marketing content marketing is an incredible potential to build your business reputation online. Again, this goes hand in hand when we're talking about your online presence, your digital ecosystem. Remember, we don't have necessarily a physical location. You hang your license somewhere, but the internet, all these different platforms are your locations. Your website's a location, your Facebook's a location, Instagram's a location, all those different locations. And this, when you're talking about content marketing, it's helping build that reputation online. It's helping grow that brand awareness. Your SEO potential, your search engine optimization, helps you rank higher, and ultimately provides valuable content to those consumers that can convert to clients based on your specific market. Content marketing provides conversion rates about 6 times higher than other digital marketing methods. Okay, 6 times higher. So knowing that it's 6 times higher, you want to be more mindful and purpose of what you're putting out. Don't just check a box, right? You don't just want to check a box. If you're doing a blog post, a social media post, a video, okay? If we know that content in and of itself gets 6 times higher conversion than other digital marketing methods, why wouldn't we be more mindful and purposeful of what we're actually putting out? Okay, so don't just check that box. Why content is king. Content marketing probably makes you think about blogs, Instagram, Facebook, and viral YouTube or TikTok videos, but it is so much more than that. And we're going to talk more about different pieces as well. But know that content should be the core of your marketing. Education. You're talking about the buying process. There's so much that goes. The buying process alone can be broken up into an entire series of content. You know what's beautiful about that? That's evergreen content. Yeah, certain things changes, laws may change, different things may come into effect or whatever it is. However, the buying process is pretty much been the same, right? You can talk about through that. The selling process, obviously things change. What goes into the selling process? Not just in escrow, but preparation. What are some tips for sellers that want to sell? Or what are some solutions? You're creating content around solutions to the consumer's pain points. Whether it's a buyer or a seller, provide solutions to their pain points through content. Talk about that. Provide answers to those questions that they have through the buying and selling process. It's not just when we go into escrow, it's what about after? What about before? Right? All those little things that we forget. Even talk about utilities. Maybe you work in a community where they're having HOAs. What's pros and cons? Things to know, right? Those are all valuable pieces of content that allow you to build your brand awareness, makes you the authoritative agent in your local market, and ultimately grows your brand awareness so that we can be in front of more of our ideal audience. Let's talk about some different types of content. So we see content in many forms. Some may be like ebooks. Okay, we've talked a little bit about ebooks. Ebooks don't have to be what you think. They don't need to necessarily be 30 pages long, right? An ebook could be a page, 2 pages, 3 pages, 5 pages, whatever it is, okay? Ebooks are one of the top consumed pieces of content, downloaded, signups. It's a great lead gen tool. But ebooks are a great form of content. Again, talking about buying and selling process. Maybe it's a checklist, right? That's a piece of content. Maybe it's a checklist. And that checklist is in a little PDF. It's a 1-pager. And then you now are putting that as a social media post. And there's little checks emojis that you can put next to that checklist, right? So you can kind of repurpose that content. Paid ads, okay? Again, we're talking a little bit more about this is pull and push content marketing, but paid ads, you don't just want to put buy with me, sell with me because I'm number one, whatever it is, right? Provide more content in that advertisement that you're actually doing. Maybe it's, again, a checklist. And then the call to action button is to learn more or to sign up or to submit an inquiry. Billboards, of course, very expensive, but agents find success with it. Different news, video, of course. I talk lots about videos. White papers, just references to other forms of ebooks in there, whether short form or long form. Infographics are great. Someone put in the chat that consumers don't like data. I would respectfully argue that certain pieces of data are easier to digest for consumers. It shouldn't necessarily be the entire infographic per se. However, simple data points can help get you from A to B in a conversation or whatever message you're trying to convey to a client or a consumer. It makes it a little bit easier, but the entire piece shouldn't just be, just data points. Email newsletters, right? Next time you send out an email newsletter, be mindful of what content you're putting in there. Is it useful, or are you just throwing this together because you haven't sent a newsletter out in 3 months and you're scrambling because now it's the holidays and all that good stuff, right? All of these different pieces goes back to scheduling time with ourselves so we can work on our business. Obviously, things take time. So if you can't outsource this, then you're going to have to schedule time, put it on your calendar to create better content so that you're not just another real estate agent in the market, right? You differentiate yourself. You're being creative. You're adding more value. So think about that when you're sending your email newsletters. Different case studies. Again, that goes kind of hand in hand with those testimonials. Case studies is a buyer came to you with a situation, didn't know if they were going to be able to buy, or they were looking for a home or whatever it is. And it took you guys 6 months, 8 months, 3 months, 12 months, 2 years, whatever it may be. And you finally found that perfect home and you were with them through that entire process, right? Think different case studies, testimonials, expand on those. Some agents do podcasts, how-to guides, right? That's another white paper form piece of content, how-to guides. Again, goes back to like checklist, things like that. Maybe it's a checklist of things you need to do before buying or selling, or it's a local market how-to guide, right? How to live your best in San Diego. And it talks about the top places to hang out, to visit the best schools. It has links or QR codes, takes them to other resources and information, right? How-to guides and ebooks are very, very powerful pieces of content. Q&A, again, answer those questions that they have. Consumers have questions all the time. If there's something that is hitting the news that's going kind of viral, spin it and give it your own perspective to your local market. Remember, people consume nationwide content, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be relevant for your local market, right? So have your perspective, and maybe in that piece of content you can reference on the news, so-and-so, blah, 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 whatever it is, but here's the reality in Orange County. Here's the reality in Laguna, right? Break it down. Photos, of course, blogs for your website, all that good stuff. Okay, so many, many different forms of content that you can create or use so it doesn't get old. But just know a lot of this content is evergreen, which means you can reuse it. It doesn't date itself. Okay, so keep that in mind too. Not that you should never put a piece of content out that won't, necessarily expire or it's based on certain events or dates, but think, how can I make this piece of content that I can use over and over and over again? I created a blog about, my local market, and now I'm going to convert that into my email newsletter, and now I can leverage that content for social media, all that stuff. Another thing with content creation is it doesn't have to take a whole lot of time, right? You can leverage different technology things like ChatGPT. You can leverage Google, get inspiration, find different things. Take that sheet of paper I just gave you guys with 100 pieces of content and make it your own. Let's talk a little bit more about storytelling. So art of storytelling has changed over years, just like attention span and the interest of people and marketers, right? Who has an attention span left, right? It's very rare, but here we are approaching 2024. But just like the attention span and interest of people and marketers have to keep up with that. So we have to change with that. However, the art of storytelling has changed, and what helps people helps business. So help people understand things more through storytelling. If you've been in this business for a long time, even if you haven't been in this business for a long time, it doesn't take very long for interesting stories to pop up or experiences to pop up in this business. Leverage other people's stories. If you're in your office meeting and you hear of a crazy story that happened, say, hey, I was just in an office meeting or a team meeting or an escrow options, educational, whatever it may be, right? And then tell that story. Stories go a long, long way. Not only does it help people, but it's going to help you in return, building your brand awareness, building your authority as the authority agent in your local market, all that good stuff. So whether it's video, written content, wherever you are posting in social media, wherever it may be, storytelling is a powerful way to gain trust. So again, if you're going to talk about a testimonial or a client that you just closed a home on, so instead of just saying just sold, client closed on, congratulations, expand on that. Expand on that more. You know who does an amazing job at storytelling? Which brand? Nike. Is it rare that we see a Nike commercial and they're like, new shoe, buy this? Rare, right? They're telling us about stories. They're telling us about people overcoming challenges, objections, all that stuff. And they have a very strong brand because of that. They really have taken storytelling to another level. And we can do that the same in here. And the reason is because the stories that Nike tells is emotional. It drives emotional intelligence, drives consumers closer to the brand because they can connect with it. And we can do the same for our target audience. We don't sell shoes, we sell homes, and ultimately the process of what that may be, right? The process of the buying, the buying process, the selling process, all that stuff. It's a very emotional transaction. So there's a lot of stories that we could tell within there that can move people and gains more trust. We gain more trust through that storytelling. All right, couple of stats. 72% of people feel closer to a business as a result of content marketing. So very much like I just explained about Nike, people feel closer to a business when they're consuming valuable content, when you are putting out purposeful, mindful content, when there's intention behind that piece of content that you're creating, right? You're educating the consumer. 82% of consumers feel more positive about a brand after reading custom content. And this is where you will differentiate yourself from other agents with your content. Instead of just checking a box, posting a photo, posting a video, whatever it is, right? If you're a little bit more custom, you're a little bit more personable in your storytelling, they are going to feel more positive about you and your business. 60% of consumers enjoy reading relevant content from brands. 62% of people said they rely more on content to research and make purchase decisions. Okay, so just like ourselves, when we go and look up a product, a business, maybe you're researching a new doctor and you're reading their reviews, or an accountant, or again, going back to products, we literally read through reviews, descriptions, all that stuff. If there's a video on the product, then we're going to YouTube to learn more, right? That's all consuming content. The new iPhone, before I pulled the trigger to get the iPhone 15, I was on YouTube researching the differences. I was almost going to switch back to Samsung. So I was going back and forth, like different pieces of content. We're all consumers and we do that, and we can do that in our business as well. And then for those that, clients that you've already sold to, don't think it ends there, right? Remember earlier I said before, during, and after, you have to make sure we want to, increase our referral business and build those long-term relationships. So effective content can help to build long-term relationships with your audience, essentially leading to an increase in revenue for your business in that referral business. Okay, so what are different things after? Somebody comes in and hires you to help them buy their home in, let's say, San Diego, okay? And after the transaction, what pieces of content can you stay in touch with them with, right? It's gonna be a little bit different than those when you're trying to attract. When you're trying to attract new clients, it's more so providing content on, the different areas that they may be looking to move in, or the buying process, whatever it may be. But after the transaction, say they move to San Diego, what do they need to know about that local market? If you're going to sell real estate there, you should be the authoritative agent and educated yourself on everything. You should be the hub of everything happening there. Events, different attractions, parks, restaurants, shopping, dining, entertainment, all that kinds of things, right? You want to make sure that even after the transaction closes, you are staying in touch with them through valuable content. And over time, your target audience is going to come to trust and rely on you as a source of subject expertise. You want to be the local authority agent, and it's going to reward you with their business and loyalty. And not just their business, they're going to refer you business. Make content that when you send it to a past client, they forward it to a friend that also lives in that area or thinking about living in that area, because you were giving them some type of value and they're like, oh, we should go do this weekend, or hey, this is coming up, or hey, did you know that this business moved here, or that this attraction opened, right? When people start sharing your content, whether in email, social media, wherever it may be, that's when you know you're creating great, valuable content. But it does not end at the close of escrow. You want to sustain those long-term relationships, creating a little marketing warriors that are going out and referring you business as well. And you can do that through content. All right, let's talk about that pull and push marketing. Pull and push marketing. So the old way of demanding business from new clients, with what I would think and what a lot of people think, we're all consumers, is pretty aggressive call to action statements. Now, I'm not saying stop call to action statements. Those are critical in marketing. Those are critical in our business. But what I'm saying is you want to make sure that you are providing value, because that is what consumers are looking for, is to consume more of that content. Consumers make more informed decisions based on their values that have changed. So push marketing approaches can make your company seem desperate. Buy with me, buy, sell, browse homes here, browse homes. So that's all important stuff. But what are you doing in addition to that to provide the value? More importantly, it can be a turnoff for your consumers. So that's why pull marketing wins over push marketing. Now, I don't want to say that you shouldn't necessarily, stay away from an aggressive call to action. If you're spending money on a postcard, you're spending money on a certain thing, on a pay-per-click campaign or a Facebook ads, whatever it is, of course, you're still going to have a call to action there. But what is part of that advertisement, part of that piece of content that's going to build trust? You're asking for them to take action and you haven't provided value yet. You're asking them to pull the trigger. They don't even know who you are yet. They don't even have the trust, right? So think about that too. Next time you put a postcard out, maybe the front of it is strictly educational, strictly a piece of content that answers a question, a piece of content that answers a pain point, and then maybe the back is more of that call to action, okay? So think about that next time. Pull marketing wins over push marketing. Pull just means you're pulling them in through that valuable piece of content that you created, as opposed to push, meaning you're being pushy. Buy now, sell now, whatever it may be, okay? So just remember, when you're creating content or you are incorporating a call to action, you want to make sure that you have content in there that is educating them or giving them some type of value instead of just asking for the sell. Content is the heart of digital marketing. So think of content marketing as the hub, with the supporting elements of your marketing plan being the spokes, okay? So content is the core. That's the hub of your marketing strategy. And then from there, that piece of content is now going into your email marketing, going into your social media, going into your website as a blog, going into your video, right? But content is literally the core of digital marketing. To draw more traffic to your website or social platforms, when the visitors arrive at your website, you need high quality, engaging content to keep them and have them return to your site again and again, or share the piece of content, right? Or pull the trigger and reach out to you. But just know, all of our digital marketing starts with the piece of content. Do not just check the box. And the bottom line is you need to nurture your prospects with online content. Whether it's new prospects, past clients, whatever it may be, you need to nurture them with online content. The ROI on consistent content, well, content marketing generates more than 3 times as many leads as traditional advertising methods, and of course costs 62% less, right? Because a lot of times the content we can create ourselves, or we're leveraging different technology that can help us create content quickly, or we're outsourcing it. Okay, just be careful when you're outsourcing it that they truly know your local market. Or if it's going to be more general, talking about the real estate process and everything that goes into it, just make sure that they know, if you're outsourcing it, they know about your industry. They know about your local market. You want to make sure that happens. Content marketing precedes traditional marketing by tactics by a landslide. Okay, so again, the core of your digital marketing starts with content. The consistent production of quality content boosts website traffic, and as traffic increases, so does your conversion rate. So again, content covers many different pieces. Content helps you rank higher in search engines, in Google, in Instagram, in Facebook, right? This is why you don't just want to check a box. You want to be purposeful. You want to be strategic about the content you guys are putting out there. Emojis with one line that says, just sold or something, that doesn't help you. Okay, that doesn't help you. Storytell, talk a little bit more about that transaction or something that is relevant to that piece of content, right? Expand on it. So then you can boost your website traffic. The more visitors are getting, of course, will lead to a better conversion rate. And this goes hand in hand with a little bit of your past clients as well. Content strengthens your relationships. So content doesn't just attract new customers, it enables you to maintain a strong relationship with your current customers. Okay, we talked about this a little bit already. You want to make sure that you don't stop creating content at close of escrow. So this is why it's important when you have your CRM. We've talked about CRMs. This is the time, as we're preparing for the new year, for your business planning, your marketing strategies. This is a time to make sure that all your past clients are tagged or grouped together in your CRM. So when you're creating a piece of content, you can easily send this directly to them as opposed to a blanket or a catch-all to everyone in your database, right? Because that piece of content is most likely going to look different than a piece of content than you're trying to convert somebody to a customer, right? You're trying to get them into your ecosystem. You're growing your brand awareness. You're building your brand identity. You're building loyalty and trust through that. Okay, so it's not just to attract new customers. It is absolutely for your current and past clients as well. Building a relationship with a new customer is 16 times more expensive than cultivating an existing customer's loyalty. Okay, 16 times more expensive. Yet, a lot of times we forget to communicate. We forget to stay in touch. We forget to provide value to those that trusted us, with their largest asset in most people's lives. And we forget to continue to communicate with them. We just think that, oh, they're going to reach back out. And then a lot of times when we realize that they went and sold with somebody else or did another transaction, we're heartbroken, yet we have to be accountable for ourselves. Did we stay in touch with them, right? Do we continue that process of giving them value after the transaction? Content that provides value for your customers will help increase brand loyalty by strengthening those relationships with your online customers. And it's imperative to keep customers engaged with great content explicitly developed for post-purchase consumption, right? Keep customers engaged post-purchase consumption. We need them to be able to share our content with somebody that they just found out is looking to buy, found out is looking to sell. Talk to a neighbor. Hey, I just got this email or letter or whatever it is from my agent. It may actually help you, right? Think about that. It's powerful. And that's how agents who are leveraging content marketing and being more mindful and purposeful with the content that they're putting out are winning more. And the result is you develop that customer into a powerful advocate for your business, right? Who wants more referrals? Everyone. Okay. It's a lot easier to nurture those relationships, build those marketing warriors, but we have to do that through valuable content post-transaction. Don't forget that. Keep that in mind when you're planning for the new year, when you're planning for 2024, you're going to be more mindful and purposeful and strategic with the content you guys are creating. You can also, through content marketing, set yourself apart from the competitors, right? Most agents are checking a box. Most agents are checking a box. And hey, remember, I'm licensed. I've been licensed since 2016. I've been on several different parts of this industry. I get it. It's a lot of work, but it gets easier when we time block or we outsource or whatever it is you need to do to work better on your business than necessarily in it. So you must differentiate yourself from the competitors for your survival by creating content that is valuable, meaningful, and it answers questions, it answers a pain point, it educates, it creates curiosity. You are already setting yourself apart. Content marketing can help you effectively set yourself apart in your market. With great content, you can demonstrate what makes your company so great and unique. Okay, your business, your brand. Okay, your real estate is your business. You are your brand, right? Through our actions, how we handle ourselves, integrity, honesty, authenticity, all those different things go into your personal brand. Real estate's your business. You're your brand. Okay, and in hand, your brand becomes your business in that sense as well over time. Find all the qualities that set you apart from your competition. It's okay if you're geeky, nerdy, or playful. You like comedy, or you're the agent that does the dances on TikTok. Whatever it is, right? Don't shy away from that. Don't shy away from that. People value something that is unique. I've talked about this in our video marketing sessions as well. People want to learn more about you. People want to see your true, authentic self. Now, do we connect with everybody as humans? No, and that's okay. We're not everyone's cup of tea. Whether it may be, it's not a bad or a good thing. It's just how it is, right? But people value something that is unique, genuine, and just real. So when we talked about video marketing before, remember I talked about selfie style, don't be afraid. You don't have to have a whole production team and crazy cameras and all that stuff. Selfie style, talking in your car while you just got out of a listing appointment, now you're doing a storytelling, or you just closed a transaction that was super emotional, or there's a huge win in that transaction, right? Oh, the mortgage came through, right? Everything, whatever it may be. Again, you don't want to give specific confidential details, but you can be very general in storytelling on that. And maybe you're out shopping and or you just tried a new restaurant, or you just had a thought. You're out doing your morning jog, you're at a park, you're out with the kids while they're playing in the field, and you're filming real quick and you're showing the kids, and then you flip around to you, right? That is genuine and just being real. People want to consume more of that content. Your audience would also like to know about their potential favorite real estate agent brand. Again, when we go back to talk about your brand, that's your character. They want to learn more about their potential favorite real estate agent. That's you. Okay, so open up a little bit more, right? We've come from a society that we've held everything in, and I'm not saying, like I said before, we're not airing out dirty laundry. Okay, it's a day in the life. This is what it's like. You're out putting out open house signs out. Okay, that's a fun process. Let's let people know what that process looks like, or a lockbox, or whatever it may be. Photography day, you're taking a quick video, or a photo. You're taking a quick photo while the photographer is taking the photos, or staging, or whatever it is, and now you're writing a paragraph. Okay, it doesn't have to be long, 4 sentences, 3, whatever it is. I'm just saying, expand on that a little bit more. Create a better conversation. Why is photography important? Why did you end up using staging for this particular client, right? You can talk about it's not for every listing. It's, if it's unique, or if it's going to help the seller, A, B, and C, here's why. Okay, so just be more genuine, be yourself. Don't shy away from that. Okay, and just create a better narrative in the content that you guys are putting out. You can build your brand authority. Content marketing demonstrates your expertise by sharing valuable knowledge to help customers make educated selling or purchasing decisions. Okay, helps them pull the trigger. The more you give them knowledge, the more you're educating them, they're going to feel more attached to you. Quality content is one of the reasons for website visitors to return for more, save for later, or to share your content through social or email. This is what I'm saying. If you start being purposeful and mindful with your content, it becomes shareable, or they're going to save it for later. Oh, this was a great infographic, or this was a great checklist, or this was just, I'm going to save this because I really like this guy. Maybe, Mike, like you provided great content. I'm going to save this. I'm going to reach out to him later on when I actually pull the trigger. Okay. So create content that's going to allow visitors to return for more, want them to return for more, save for later, or the best, share on their social or email with their friends, their sphere, all that. End result is that your brand will be established in their minds as a trusted and highly knowledgeable source that can deliver a solution to their problem. Okay, so again, as you guys are creating your strategies for the new year, starting now, just be more mindful of the content you're putting out, so that in their minds, you are already the trusted and highly knowledgeable agent in their market, and you're delivering a solution to their problem. You're taking a pain point off their plate. You're easing their mind, right? In a competitive real estate environment, present yourself as credible and reliable leader in your market through your content. Creating content with purpose. Are you guilty of creating and publishing content simply for the sake of doing so? Checking that box. We've all done it. I've done it, right? We're scrambling because we didn't plan ahead, or we're just trying to, we're on that, little wheel that you're running on. What do they call that? Hamster wheel, right? We're constantly on that. We're all guilty of that, but we've got to stop. If there's no real purpose behind the content you're producing and no goals in place, that can result in a significant waste of resources. Don't waste your time by just checking a box. Every piece of content, go into it thinking, someone in my target audience is going to read this. And if they read it, is it going to help them? Is it going to help build my trust? Is it going to help build my brand? Right? So just keep that in mind. Creating content with purpose. Every single piece of content you produce needs a purpose. So ask yourself, as a brand and your real estate business, why do you produce content? Again, to educate the consumer. What is the purpose of content? What is the purpose of this piece of content I'm putting out? Well, this one specifically, I'm letting them know the top 5 things that come up in escrow that they need to be aware about. And here, working with me, here's how I can ensure that we get this figured out first thing, right away, in the beginning of the transaction. But here's the top 5 things that pop up during escrow. What's the purpose of your content? Well, educate the audience, right? Very, very powerful. I can't stress that enough. We are in the business to educate the consumers. Drive social engagement. Okay, you're growing your social media platforms. You're growing your social presence. Rank on SERPs, which is just the search engines, right? Those results. You want to be on the first page. The more good content that you guys are putting out, you're not just checking a box, one line just listed with some emojis, but you're expanding on it. You are helping yourself rank higher, and it does not take very long. It happens fairly quickly, okay? Rank higher in the algorithms. Brand awareness, you're growing your brand awareness. That's important to build trust. Brand loyalty, you're building that brand loyalty from those post-transaction clients. And customer awareness. You're getting yourself, these algorithms and all this technology is understanding your content and putting it in front of your ideal audience. We tend to forget that. These algorithms are putting our content in front of our ideal audience. And guess how much it costs? $0, right? Just our time. Just our time. All these social media platforms are free, just cost our time. You want to create content that resonates with your ideal audience. So know what your customer wants. Do a little bit of research. Establish thought leadership. You're the local agent in your market. Answer frequently asked questions from your audience. What are those questions that always pop up? Right? I feel like home warranty is one of the biggest questions because we tell consumers about it, they don't really understand what a home warranty is or does or the benefits of that. Right? They just know it's part of the transaction. Escrow. Escrow. What is escrow? Right? There's so much in that we can answer those questions. Treat content as branding rather than sales. This is growing your brand. One piece of content isn't going to, necessarily create a sell today. Is it possible? Yes. But you are growing your brand. You're growing your brand. Again, going back to Nike, their branding is storytelling, and that converts to a lot of sales. Tell great, authentic stories and stay true to yourself. Wait and just think, would I want to read that? Okay, so would it be valuable? When you go through and you're posting a piece of content or emailing it or video marketing or whatever it may be, is it something that you would want to read as well? All right, here is just, each stage of buying and selling. Here's a quick graph. I'll leave this up for a few seconds here if you guys want to take a photo, or I can send that to the EOG team and they can get it out to it. But top of level funnel, right? The awareness stage. These are a lot of different educational pieces that you can put. Blog posts, email newsletter, tip sheets, ebooks, guides, okay, data, infographics, different things, slideshows. Maybe you're doing webinars, buyer webinars, seller webinars, okay? Different things like that. Evaluation stage, they are evaluating. Your testimonials are huge. Client testimonials, storytelling, different case studies, okay? Maybe it's a sample or a piece of a contract or whatever it may be. Purchase stage, right? You're giving them a consultation. You're in person with them. They're ready to meet with you, okay? Whether it's a buyer or a seller. All right, so I'm gonna go past this. I know we're getting a little tight on time. Content is the reason search began in the first place. Don't forget that. Content is the reason Google came out. Okay, so don't forget that content is the reason search began in the first place. That's why we need to be more strategic, more purposeful with what we're putting out. Make social media your friend. Content is fire. Social media is gasoline. Okay, so you create this piece of content. It's an amazing piece of content. It's educational. It's valuable. Now, how are you going to get it out there? Well, throw some gasoline on it. That's social media. Get it out there to the masses. Let the algorithm do the heavy lifting. They will get it out to your ideal audience. With almost, I'm going to just say almost 4 billion people using social media platforms, you can't ignore the need for content across your social media channels. It's just an enormous audience that is consuming content on there. So again, huge way to leverage these free platforms. Let the algorithm do the work for you, and they will put it in front of your ideal audience. And it does not take very long. Study claimed that almost half of Facebook users have recommended a brand. Again, sharing, liking, saving. Instead of the traditional push strategy used in marketing campaigns, engagement marketing pulls people in the funnel. That's what push and pull is, okay? So you're pulling people into your funnel. You're pulling people into your digital ecosystem. Mike, I'm going to mute you again. Sorry, I don't know why your volume keeps coming on. Okay, so instead of pushing, we're pushing them for that call to action. Sell, buy with me now, right? We're pulling them in through that valuable content. Does so by storytelling, compelling stories, driving conversations, addressing customer pain points, wants, and interest. Does that piece of content you're putting out tell a compelling story? Is it going to create conversations? Is it addressing a customer's pain point or questions, interest, curiosity? If you only talk to customers about what you sell them, they recognize it and tune out. Again, we're all consumers. Think about it. Last time you're at a mall and you're walking past the kiosk, it's a hard sell, right? Or we're walking down the street or whatever it is, you're trying to hand us a flyer or whatever. And what do we say? Oh, no, I'm not interested. Or you're at Costco and you're walking out and the HVAC guy's there or the water guy, whatever it is. No, I'm not interested, right? We get turned off very quickly. So provide better content to build that trust. Tips for you to engage with your customers, offer customers real value, of course, build a community, local community. Facebook groups are awesome for that, but you're building a community around your brand. Develop an emotional connection. Again, going back to Nike, and you need to inspire people, right? Inspire people. Different storytelling, that is inspirational. All right, and this is the 100 pieces of content. I'll leave that up again. I'll go back to that, but not how you can sell, but how you can help instead. Ask not how you can sell, but how you can help instead. All right, I'll go back to this. Any questions or feedback, guys, on that? Again, like I said, it was going to be a very general kind of overview, but very powerful information for you guys to implement. Okay, don't just consume. Jot down a few things that you got out of today or reminders that you can implement into your business. Take action. I don't care if it's 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things, right? It does not need to be everything. But we're doing ourselves a disservice if we consume, if we learn and educate, and we don't actually put in action. That's truly not learning, right? Any questions, guys? I hope you take this away and again, be more mindful, purposeful behind the content you guys are putting out. Do not just check a box in 2024. Do not just check a box. Create that brand awareness, create that loyalty, making you the authoritative agent in your local market. So you can come here, scan this. I put the link in the chat box as well. Scan this. This is a start. This is 100 content ideas for you guys to be able to do. My pleasure. Thank you for joining. Any other questions, guys? Branding, marketing in general, content. Hopefully you got 1 piece of gold out of today that you can implement into your business, and we can see you guys in escrow very, very soon. Don't forget, next week we are talking about digital farming, growing your brand through digital farming. So hopefully you can go in. I did put that in the chat box there. And then I will have November training schedule out to everyone this week and updated on the website. So next Monday, we will see you guys for the training. I believe it is the time change. So it's still going to be 11 a.m. for you guys. The time will just change for me. Otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing week. Maybe you're going to create a piece of content this week. Just try it out, expand on a story. If you have a great testimonial, or take one of the ideas away and implement it into your business. That's what I'll ask for you guys. Take one content idea from that list and create something around it and push it out to your people this week. Otherwise, we appreciate you guys at Escrow Options Group. Hopefully we see you next week as well. Register for that, and we will see you guys in escrow very, very soon. Have an amazing week, guys. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Justin.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.